As terrible as the Holocaust was, obviously it was horrendous, and how disgusting the doctor was that did the experiments on people. It was gay people, handicaps, twins. I think that's, and obviously they were obviously Jewish, or they did it on Jewish people. They found a couple of really groundbreaking discoveries through that experimentation.
So if you haven't heard, recently there's been a lot of drama between iDubbbz and his Twitter and his girlfriend, and a lot of drama that's been happening, and a lot of controversies that have been happening with iDubbbz. So I'm going to be talking about those in this video, as well as at the end of this video I'm also going to talk about a different subject, going to talk about two different subjects. The first half and, main half of this video is going to be about the iDubbbz controversy, and then at the end I'm going to talk about the Steven Universe finale. So, yeah. So if you didn't know, iDubbbz's girlfriend has already been in the center of a lot of controversy because a lot of people seem to hate her, calling her a leech and saying that she leeched off of iDubbbz and that iDubbbz deserves better. But recently something ticked off the fans of iDubbbz and it caused this massive fucking shit fire. Basically what happened was his girlfriend started an OnlyFans account where she posted lewd photos of herself and basically was just whoring herself out online, and iDubbbz said he was completely fine with it, which was pretty hypocritical of him, and a lot of people got mad. Some got a little too mad, but I digress. This caused a big argument, with most people just starting memes, but a lot of people talking about how hypocritical it was of iDubbbz to say he was completely fine, despite the fact that he's been shown talking down about people like whores and sluts.
You're a whore.
But now all of a sudden when his girlfriend does it, it's okay, which is kinda stupid. Originally it just warranted a tweet from iDubbbz, but eventually it got so bad that he made an entire video about it, and this is when things started to get pretty bad. Honestly, Critical's video defended iDubbbz better than iDubbbz's own video. iDubbbz's video about the situation was honestly kinda terrible, and I'm gonna be talking about that video in particular. In this video, he basically goes on calling the people who are calling him hypocrites retards, and he doesn't really give that many examples, to be honest. He gives one example from a 15-year-old, and he acts like that's all of the people, when it's really not. I'm not going to lie, because some of these people are going a little bit overboard. It ruined my life. Like, that's just really retarded. The fact that you're holding iDubbbz up to this godlike status, when really, no. He even mentions this in the video, but a lot of the other comments that he doesn't talk about actually are pretty fair. A lot of them reuse this clip.
You're a whore. You're a whore, just admit it. You're a whore, you whore yourself out online, you whore yourself out in front of your family and your friends. You're a whore, plain and simple. Just admit that you're a whore and a slut and a harlot.
And funnily enough, he didn't actually show that clip in the video. He has this montage of him talking about sluts and whores and saying that I never said that they were really bad, and he just didn't include this clip. I wonder why. The thing is, people aren't so much complaining that his girlfriend is doing this stuff, they're complaining that he's being overprotective and being a hypocrite about this stuff, and he just does his normal, you're a retard, while not really giving that much evidence or examples at all. He also responded to another comment that was honestly pretty good, but instead of actually just responding to it normally, he made up an exaggerated response, and really, when you do something like that, it doesn't really work in your argument.
It's because he's a hypocrite. He makes content cop and targets people, but he himself have girlfriend whoring herself, and he does nothing about it. What am I gonna do? Do you think I should just take a shotgun to her head? No, bitch. It's time to die now.
Of course, he also responded to a video that showcased the many flaws that were pretty much all true, and iDubbbz just kind of made crappy comebacks to them.
The internet is a forever archive, so there's no, regret, delete all button. That's not quite there.
I don't know why this shitty point is being made. It's sort of like from 2003. By the way, the internet, it's a forever archive. Didn't know if you knew, but when you upload something, it might stick around. This isn't done impulsively. Like, what do you think? Someone's just gonna make an OnlyFans just on a whim? Didn't give it any thought, just thought maybe I'll sell my pussy online and see how it goes.
You know, you never really explained why that was necessarily not a con. You just kind of acted all self-aware. I don't really get it. Just because you're self-aware doesn't mean you're right all the time.
And then future jobs, they might be a little bit harder to come by.
I think this is one of the most important opinions to highlight because it really demonstrates a severe lack of real-world experience when you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by because of an OnlyFans account. Like, if you think this affects your standing or your social credibility in getting jobs, you are so sadly mistaken. And I will also say, if you want to morally grandstand, one of the shittiest things that I think you can do morally is judging someone about what they did previously and not hiring them even though they're qualified for the job.
Actually, that is completely true. You know, your internet reputation can have a very big part of your normal life, just like how going in prison can affect you getting jobs. It's almost like the same sort of philosophy, except, you know, not to this extent. But still, your internet reputation and your online social media and stuff like that can definitely affect getting a job. That's happened countless times to people, and especially something like this with an OnlyFans account, stuff like that can definitely affect your reputation. Honestly, I wouldn't blame somebody for not hiring iDubbbz's girlfriend for a job, because knowing that she did this, you could associate the brand with, I don't know, porn. It could get pretty bad. They probably just don't want somebody like her representing a company. It has nothing to do with morals.
There would be so many other things to do and make money before stooping to this point.
I find it very fascinating that a commentary YouTuber who's known for criticizing others, much like me, would be willing to take the position that sex work is beneath them, that they aren't on the same level as sex work. That's fascinating. I find it really interesting that that's the position you want to take.
How does commentary channels and porn go together? There's not even a comparison there. It's not like doing an OnlyFans account is as bad as doing commentary. There's literally no relationship with those two things.
You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem.
Now, I guess this is a fair point. I'm sure that if somebody posts a picture of their girlfriend, somebody's gonna freaking, to that picture. And, that's reasonable because men bad. But, it's a difference when your girlfriend is purposely trying to have men do this and when sucky bad men do it. You know what I mean? It's like your girlfriend's goal is to get people to jack off to photos of her. When this fellow gentleman, if he posts a photo of his girlfriend, yeah, maybe people just so happen to do it because men bad. It's two totally different things when the intentions are different.
It seems like me just ignoring it has led to a cultivation of a bunch of retards.
Ah, yes, we are retards because we call you out. It's this moral high ground that people act like iDubbbz is superior because he makes content cop. No, he's not superior than everybody else. He's just average YouTube man, and now that everybody holds him to this high degree, as soon as he does something wrong, all of the shitty fanboys go to him and say, he did nothing wrong, you are just stupid and you are gay. It's just this stupid worshipping of people who are just normal people who just happen to make YouTube videos. It's just honestly really retarded. But honestly, the people who are genuinely upset about this hypocrisy and who are trying to tell somebody like iDubbbz or his girlfriend that this isn't just a normal thing, this isn't like any other normal job, they're right. But since it's iDubbbz, iDubbbz is always right. No, I don't blame anybody for getting mad at iDubbbz because it's reasonable. Maybe not people like this, but there are people out there who have genuinely really good arguments and who are in the right, and how they explain you're in the wrong.
You're a whore.
So enough of that topic. Now let's move on to something that I actually want to talk about. The Steven Universe finale was epic. dramatic, bro. Also, massive spoilers for the ending. So, yeah, for any of you who are unaware, Steven Universe actually ended just a couple of days ago after its initial 7 years of existence. And the final 4 episodes were great. I'm only going to be talking about the last 4 episodes as they were the ones that were being grouped together when the initial final episodes were aired. So I guess I should probably go in order. So just a little bit of context. Throughout Steven Universe future, he's been having these weird outbreaks where he's been becoming pink, much more angry, and a lot more stronger than usual.
Yikes.
After distancing himself from the gems who try to help him, he eventually goes to Jasper for some help, who instead decides to make him give in to the power and become full-on evil. After they have a rematch and he shatters Jasper's gem, he finally realizes that he needs a lot of help. And this is when the very first episode of the 4-part finale starts. Basically, he goes to the diamonds, and then he meets up with Spinel, who is also good now. So basically, he goes to the diamonds, first asking Yellow Diamond, then asking Blue Diamond, and eventually he goes to White Diamond, and this is when things start to get kind of interesting and also pretty scary. Since Blue and Yellow Diamond didn't help him, when he goes to White Diamond, she shows him her new power. It's kind of confusing, so I'll try and explain it as much as I can. Basically, let's say you got a person like Spinel, and she does her little flingamajig magic trick. She basically becomes Spinel, like Spinel has entered her body, except Spinel can control her.
Isn't it great? Instead of taking control of other gems, now she can channel our thoughts into her body, so we can control her instead. Watch this.
I know that does sound kind of confusing, but I'm hoping that from that clip that I showed you, you can kind of understand the gist of it. Steven tries it out, and he ends up actually having a PTSD episode from when he had his gem removed from White Diamond back in the Steven Universe season finale. Eventually, he becomes so distraught that he actually tries to smash White Diamond's face into a pillar just so that he can smash her diamond and end up killing her. It's honestly a very scary scene, and it really just shows you how unhinged Steven is starting to get. Eventually, he leaves the diamonds. Before I go further, I just want to talk about what I personally think this finale is trying to convey. Now, to me, what this finale is really sort of representing is facing your demons. I know that might sound kind of weird, but no episode evidenced this more than episode 2 of the finale. Everything's fine. In this episode, we see Steven reaching his lowest point, where instead of fighting it, he just gives into it. Well, not exactly, but he almost does, and he becomes more unhinged, worse than he ever has before. Instead of just trying to get rid of it, he now thinks everything is fine. And this episode is honestly very scary, because you never know what's gonna happen next. It has a very Joker-esque vibe to it in the sense that you never know when Steven is gonna break. You see him try and fail to be like old Steven. He just keeps on messing stuff up. And eventually, when the gems finally confront him, and people start confronting him about trying and what's wrong, he can't handle it. You see him snap, and he just starts going on this crazy monologue, sounding like a psychopath, and it's honestly very scary. Keep in mind that this is supposed to be a show meant for kids, and it's dealing with an issue that's very serious. He thinks that everything is fine when, no. Not everything is fine. In fact, things are very, very wrong. Seek help. You can't just let this overtake you like this. Stop pretending like everything is fine. And I believe the ending of this episode is honestly perfect. Steven just breaks down. He lies on the floor and says, "I'm a monster," until this giant goddamn thing shoots out of his back, and then the episode just cuts. It's honestly the most suspenseful thing I've ever seen in a show. I don't think I've ever been that scared and have my heart pounding while watching a show, ever. Seriously, it's so goddamn tense and the ending is just insane. I don't think anybody expected that. The second to last episode has Steven transformed to this giant weird pink dragon thing that was in the intro of the show. It's genuinely pretty terrifying seeing this giant behemoth because nothing can stop it. The diamonds fail utterly, with White Diamond even claiming,
Oh, that's not Steven anymore.
even the cluster can't take this thing. For any of you who don't know, the cluster has been shown as this almighty, ultimate, powerful being. After Connie gives a pretty emotional monologue, everybody decides the new plan is to just show Steven love, which is what they've showed him throughout his entire life. And seeing everybody just come together like this, I know some people may call it cringe that the character is defeated by love, but it's not. If you think that this is cringy or it's stupid, then you're just objectively wrong. There's nothing more to say. It's honestly beautiful. You're always gonna have people like that who say, this is so fucking stupid. Finally seeing Steven come back to his normal form, having Connie kiss him, and just having him break down and let it all out is just so nice. It's just so relieving, you know? The final episode is probably the most gut-wrenching one. First, it starts out with Steven talking to Connie about how he's gonna move, and then we get a fucking wholesome as hell reference to the very first episode of the entire show with a Cookie Cat theme sung by the Crystal Gems. And after Steven sees the response of the gems, he gets a little disappointed seeing how they weren't as super distraught as he thought they would be at the fact that he's leaving. He decides to tell a bunch of other people, and they're reasonably upset. So he's pretty sad that the gems don't seem to be really sad that he's leaving.
Even Jasper's more upset than my own family. Maybe I need a round two?
After seeing that they don't seem that upset, he tries to give them special gifts, and when that doesn't work, he decides that it's just for the best, and he leaves, but he can't bring himself to doing it. So he drives back, and he asks why they're not so upset, and they all just start breaking down in tears, because actually, they just wanted to be strong like he was and hold back their emotions because they didn't want to hold him back. They didn't want to make him feel bad. And it's honestly it's just so sweet. I do not blame any of the fans of the show for crying at this scene because it's just really sad, but it's also very relieving to just see all of them break down, to see the gems just let out their emotions. After that, Steven leaves, and the show ends with honestly a really sweet song. We get a callback to some of the other people of the show, and this ending, honestly, it rivals even Gravity Falls ending. After that, we get one more little retrospective of Rebecca Sugar and the Steven Universe gang, and we get all these little cool clips and how awesome the journey's been, and with that, Steven Universe ends after 7 years. I get it, right? There's always gonna be the people out there who still claim the fandom is toxic and how the show's finally over, yes, and honestly, I'm fine. People can have their opinion, and yeah, people will still think that the fan base is all just a bunch of toxic normie idiots, but it's not. Some people just genuinely fell in love with the show and have a deep connection with it, and I don't blame them. It's a very good show. I used to hate the show too because of the toxic fan base, and after recently starting to watch it, probably one of my favorite shows now. And I can only imagine what it would be like to see the show ending for hardcore fans who have been watching the show since 2013. So, yeah, thanks Rebecca Sugar for making one of the most beloved Cartoon Network shows of all time. It is kind of sad that this Cartoon Network Renaissance age is coming to an end with shows like Gumball, Regular Show, Adventure Time, and now Steven Universe all ending, but it leaves more possibilities for new great shows. I don't think there's much left on Cartoon Network. There's like 3 shows, and yeah, those 3 shows are like, they're all right, but like, I don't know, man. I feel like Cartoon Network is just not as good as it once used to be anymore. But that's a topic for another video. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. It was kind of like a mishmash of 2 different topics, and personally, I enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe, everybody, because, you know, if you don't subscribe, then I'll come out of your closet at night and brutally torture you. Just kidding. Except I'm not. Please subscribe. I'm a family feed. Please. So remember to respect your parents, do good in school, and make sure to stay in your house or else you will fatally perish. Also, next video will most likely be a gaming video. Okay, bye!